Welcome to the Tomb Raider analysis series. In this video, we're going to be breaking down Lara Croft's character in Tomb Raider Underworld, so buckle up and let's go. First, I'm going to summarize that story though. There's going to be spoilers, by the way. Following the end of her journey in Tomb Raider Legend, Lara continues to find closure of the disappearance of her mother in Nepal. Instead of deciphering the truth about Excalibur, this time around, Lara actually has to decipher the truth about the Norse mythology and Thor's hammer.
I can see where the rumors of Thor's godlike strength came from.
Now, we all know Lara is extremely smart and she's a bookworm and she knows all these historical facts which allow her to be able to decipher riddles that even people from the oldest civilizations couldn't figure out. Might as well start calling her Wikipedia. Even though you can be super smart, you can't know everything, and that's exactly why Lara actually has to go to Natla, her old nemesis.
Jacqueline Natla, you just don't know when to die.
A trait we have in common.
And they will have to form a beneficial relationship where Lara would actually have to go out and find Thor's hammer, and then Natla would actually have to perform a ritual to get to Helheim, that's where Lara's mother disappeared to. But you can't do the ritual without Thor's hammer, so Lara, you gotta get that hammer. While finding one of Thor's gauntlets in the Mediterranean Sea, Lara then goes to Thailand to find one of Thor's other gauntlets, and she figures out that her father actually already took the gauntlet and destroyed the map to find it, and he hid it right in the Croft Manor.
He found Thor's other gauntlet.
Where'd he put it?
Right under your nose.
So Lara goes to the crypt in the Croft Manor and she finds a tape that her father had made that explains exactly what happened when he found the gauntlet and why he did it, which gives Lara some sort of closure to the disappearance of her father. Hey bruh, how did they have hellhounds just casually in the crypt in the house? Y'all never heard no demonic barking? Anyways, Amanda comes and blows up Lara's house. She lets Lara know they still beefing and it's still up. In the process of blowing up Lara's house, Amanda shows her new toy off, Dark Lara. I'm you but stronger like shit. Dark Lara ends up shooting and killing Alistair. She hits him with the pop for the one time. Anyways, Lara finds Thor's belt in southern Mexico. That's how I be feeling when I put on a designer belt. Anyways, Lara finds one of Amanda's other ships that is containing Natla inside of it. Lara frees Natla and Natla tells her the coordinates to go find Helheim.
When you step out of line, you'll get it.
While in Helheim, Lara actually finds her mother zombified and decides to put her out of her misery. Shortly right after, Natla comes, and Natla reveals that she killed Lara's father for betraying her in Thailand. She also reveals that she's been manipulating Lara and Amanda, as well as made Dark Lara for Amanda. So Natla tries to awaken the Midgard serpent, and Amanda and Lara actually work together to stop Natla. And Lara kept her promise to Natla. When she gets out of line, she's gonna catch that hammer flying. And it looks like Amanda and Lara squashed beef, at least for the time being. Now that I summoned up the story, let's actually break down some of Lara's character.
Oh, that's lovely.
Now, we spoke on intelligence earlier, but I want to actually break down some of the feats Lara had showing intelligence in this specific game. One is she actually found an undiscovered Mediterranean island.
Hey, Lara. Find it yet?
Patience, Zip. I warned you that conveniently undiscovered islands would be scarce in the Mediterranean.
I'm wondering, how many of you guys actually found undiscovered Mediterranean islands? That's what I thought. Man, look at all that. Hey, Lara.
Let me try the book.
Other than making connections to Norse mythology and connecting it to real-world places, another feat that really shows Lara's intelligence is towards the end of the game, is where they're trapped in the Midgard Serpent's chamber. During a time of panic, Lara was actually able to think that as she restores some of the Excalibur portal by putting the rock into the thing. And if Amanda removes the sword and they're touching each other, that they could teleport back into the other portal that was in Nepal, allowing them to escape. Lara's Jimmy Neutron brain blast having ass is figuring out how to move through time and space. One thing everybody knows about the legend timeline of Lara is she's definitely charismatic and over the top. Throughout the game, she definitely gets her iconic one-liners like she did in the previous games and says cool things like,
"Why didn't you ever tell us this was down here?"
Yeah, I wish I still didn't know.
You know what? I'll wait up here.
I did warn you that playing your music so loud could wake the dead.
and can be very bold and say things like,
I need Thor's belt to get his hammer, and I need the hammer to kill a god.
Even though being charismatic and clever, we can definitely see that Lara is filled with anger in this game. The anger is directed towards Amanda and Natla. In the cutscenes, you definitely see Lara have these anger outbursts.
You can die too!
Man, they have real beef. Man, I feel like I'm watching Charlie's Angels. Man, throw them hands, girls. I can't even blame Lara for wanting to kill Natla, especially for how long she manipulated her family and how she killed her father. On the Andaman Sea level on the loading screen, Lara already has the hammer and it says she now has the power to remove Natla from the world forever. That's some G shit. To add fuel to the fire too, it seems like as the game went on, Amanda and Natla just kept disrespecting Lara's parents. Especially Amanda. Amanda was being petty with it.
The bad news is, now we're gonna die here. Huh, just like your mother.
What'll happen if I'm already here?
Maybe you'll go to hell.
Even though Lara's full of so much confidence, having all those results and things completed in the past from her previous journeys, we can see that in Underworld, you can be as good as you can be, but you can always get caught slipping. So they caught Lara slipping, so what? She probably ain't do her taxes, she's too turned up. It seems like Amanda and Lara actually have a lot of similarities between each other. They both want to get whatever they want, at whatever cost.
I got what I wanted. Isn't that all we care about?
Natla actually says something very interesting regarding those two.
So I've grown fond of watching Amanda suffer the effects of sharing your interests.
But that's very relatable to both of them because when we look at Lara's previous actions, we can tell that she will kill to get what she wants, whether it's right or wrong. And we talk about those things in my other Lara Croft character analysis videos, which you're going to check out after the end of this video. Links are in the description. With Lara's motivation being to get closure from the disappearance of her parents, with all the things she accomplished in the past, when she's met in the moment to finally get the closure of her mother, she is strong enough to easily accept the truth and to lay her mother's zombified body to rest.
My mother is dead. My mother is dead. My mother died a long time ago. You're not my mother.
We can see that Lara Croft continues to mature even though all the beef that her and Amanda have with each other and all the people they killed from each other. It seems like Lara's released from the burdens of her past and she stops beefing with Amanda. That's the first sign to show. At least for the time being. Y'all know how females be.
So it's back to this, is it?
What? You think we're even?
Would killing me make us even?
So for the story regarding Tomb Raider Underworld, I felt like it was pretty good. I felt like they could have showed more of her struggle and her character. I felt like her encounters with Amanda and Natla could have been a little more better, aka give us boss fights. I felt like in Tomb Raider Legends she had way more charisma and one-liners than she did in Underworld. I felt like it gave closure to Lara's parents. but at the same time, I feel like as the conclusion of the trilogy, that it kind of just ended out of nowhere. It wasn't a very firm conclusion. We don't know exactly how Lara and Amanda played out. I felt like the final conflict between Natla and Lara wasn't good. They couldn't even give us a boss fight. And for all we know, Natla could have survived that. I mean, she got shot up before, fell in some lava, got a pillar dropped on her, the island blew up. All Lara did was throw Mjolnir at her, but maybe it killed her, who knows? Maybe that Avalon water killed her. That Helheim H2O. But I still enjoyed analyzing the game, playing the game, and making the content for y'all. If you want to know how I feel about Underworld's gameplay, check out the video shown on the screen. The link will be in the description. You guys already know what I'm about to say, so I'm gonna switch it up on y'all. Catch you next video.